Hey, welcome back to True News. And the news just keeps on coming. We're on fire here. Bad news for UC Berkeley student caught vandalizing GOP student group sign. Look what's happening. I can't really wrap my head around it, but to me, from a physical appearance alone, it appears the left is like a very beta male, deformed transgender kind of like army of undesirables. If we're the deplorables, then they are the undesirables. That should be a meme. Anyways, look at this guy. Probably never even got in a fight in his whole life, and even if someone were to go up to him in like an aggressive manner, something tells me he'd just piss himself. Berkeley College Republicans have called for police action against the UC Berkeley student caught vandalizing their wooden signs. From SFGate, members of the UC Berkeley campus group, Berkeley College Republicans, called for police action after they posted a video on Facebook Tuesday that they saw showed a student kicking apart their wooden sign and trashing it on school campus. The sign that read Berkeley College Republicans was stuffed in the recycling bins as students from the group stood by and filmed the incident that took place Tuesday about 5 p.m. in front of Sproul Hall. The vandal is seen breaking the sign as he says to the student filming it, "You want to do something? You are supporting violence by supporting Trump." Tom Johnston, a 19-year-old freshman and member of the Berkeley College Republicans who filmed the incident, said he didn't want to engage with the student even though he is 6'5" and had a solid 25 pounds on him. "I remained calm and collected," Johnston said, who can be heard in the video saying, "We are watching our sign just being wrecked." Well, I suppose they're morally superior, right? Isn't that what they truly believe? It's like they can do to the Republicans whatever they like because they are somehow morally superior with far less intellect. Makes sense, right? Breaking. VP President Pence gets an official apology. Good old Mike Pence. I'm still kind of on the fence about him because to me he seems like an elitist. But long as Trump remains in power, I suppose he's not so bad. Vice President Pence demanded an apology from the Associated Press from publishing his wife's email address, and he got it. "We regret if the publication of Mrs. Pence's email address caused any problems." Oh, we just gave your email out to 1,000 people. Sorry if it caused any problems. Like, give me a break. Vice President and Editor-at-Large for Standards at the AP wrote in a blog post Monday evening. March 6, 2017. Dear Mr. Paletta, on Friday, March 3rd, the Associated Press published a story titled "Pence Fought Against Releasing Records as Indiana Governor. We believe this was an important story in the public's interest exploring government transparency and accountability. The story made clear that Vice President Mike Pence and his wife Karen used their personal email addresses for official state business when Mr. Pence was the governor of Indiana. As a result, their personal email addresses became part of the public record. The state of Indiana was legally required to produce those addresses in response to any Freedom of Information Act request, and it did. See, folks, that's why you never ever give out your email address unless you have to. In an effort to be transparent, AP included the Pence's email address in its Friday afternoon story was as proof of the facts in the story. Before publication, AB sought comment and input from the officer of the Vice President. However, Mr. Pence's team chose not to answer questions and instead referred us to an earlier statement by Mr. Pence that did not address the AP's questions. The Vice President's office contacted AP on Saturday to express concerns about the publication of Mrs. Pence's email address, and after hearing those concerns, AP stopped including the email address in all subsequent stories. Before the story was published, we thought that Mrs. Pence's email address was no longer active. We now recognize that including her email address in the story could result and unfortunate unintended consequences for the Pences. We regret if the publication of Mrs. Pence's email address caused any problems. If I had to count how many times I said Mrs. Pence and email address, it had to have been at least 10 times for each one. See what they do, though? They do something damning with a malicious intent, and they're well aware of what they had done, and then as soon as they get caught, they claim ignorance. I don't want to say it's brilliant, but it's like, how can you lose with a strategy like that? We don't really want to sink to their level, but this is what they're doing. And if we want to win the war once and for all, maybe we should start playing on the same level. Wow, DNC member confirms deep state coup. We are whistleblowers, press, judges, legislators, cooks, teachers. We are hashtag deep state. We are the American people. WashingtonPost.com. Trump's charge that he was wiretapped takes presidency into. Seeking to deflect, he instead raises the stakes in a deepening controversy. Well, there certainly is defiance against Trump. We always knew that would happen. For the people that run the power structure to enslave humanity, obviously they were never going to give this up without a fight. And I just thank God that he's on our side. I pray to God every single day. Because, what's that one saying? No weapon forged against us shall prosper. And we've seen it. Hillary Clinton had every single power structure behind her, like we went through the list already. But as divinity would dictate, no weapon forged against us shall prosper. Amen.